Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Jurickson Profar is making his way to Atlanta. It's been a very quiet offseason for the Braves thus far, but they do land their guy in Profar. It's a switch hitting outfielder. It's a 3-year contract, $42 million. Blake, what was your initial reaction to Jurickson Profar landing with the Braves?
Yeah, I really like the deal, man. Jurickson Profar, a guy that bet on himself last year, went back to the Padres 1 year, $1 million, and had a career year, right? He had a career high in home runs, career high in RBI, was a kind of a Swiss Army for them last year, and came up with a lot of big moments for the Padres. So obviously, it's a big loss for the Padres, but I mean, the Braves are getting a guy that is going to play almost every day in left field. Defense isn't great. He was a -7 DRS last year, left primarily. But if he can, continue what he did offensively, he's going to help a deep Braves team that's obviously getting Acuna back, and you got Riley there. You got Matt Olson, so he's going to probably slot maybe I would say probably 2 hole, maybe 6 hole or something like that. But yeah, I think he's going to fit very well. Good for him. Obviously, turned $1 million contract into 3 years, 42 mil. Got himself some security, and good for him.
Yeah, and interesting enough, the Braves traded Jorge Soler earlier this offseason to the Angels.
Yeah,
And this was the comparison in these two players last year. Soler, down year for him. Jurickson Profar, career year for him. So it is a little bit skewed.
yeah,
But Jorge Soler is projected to make 16 million this year, while they just got Jurickson Profar for an extra year at 14 million a year. So
yeah,
Profar outslugged him. He drove in more runs. He stole more bags. He's a little bit more volatile in the outfield, even though he's not the best outfielder.
yeah,
Uh, so all in all, they saved some money trading Jorge Soler, and they acquired Jurickson Profar to replace him. And he bats on both sides of the
yeah,
box
yeah.
and pretty much put up similar numbers to him last year. So, um, job well done there. They shed salary and then they replace him with a player coming off of a career year, who changed their swing path. Who the
Yep.
Braves, I guess, are really high on from what was reported.
Who would you rather have if you had to pick a player here? Who would you rather have on your team? Obviously, Solaris is on your Angels, but like if you were GM, who would you go with?
Man, it's a loaded question. I mean, we can do it real quick here. I mean, let's go to 23-24 and get those results. So the last two seasons, both of them had a down year. Um, and they're pretty similar players here. I mean, Soler did outslug him with 57 homers. I
Yeah,
think for the Braves makeup, they already have Olson, they already have Riley, they have Acuna, they have enough power.
yeah,
Obviously, Jurickson Profar is probably going to hit for a higher average. We saw it a second ago. He batted 280 last year. He's going to get on base a little bit more. Um, but to answer your question, for the Braves, I think Profar is the better fit.
yeah. I agree. I think he fits the Braves better for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's go look at their lineup as a whole. Or this is their payroll right here. We can go there for a sec.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they are at 230. Luxury tax sitting at 241. They're under right now. They did go over the past 2 years. So if they
Hmm.
go over this year, they're going to get hit hard. Um, Kind of begs the question, okay, what does that mean for their pitching staff? I mean, they did lose Charlie Morton. They lost Max Fried.
Yeah.
Jack Flaherty's out there. Do you go and get him? I mean, this I know you're going to get Strider back, but this rotation does not look as strong as it did a year ago.
No.
Reynaldo Lopez was your 5 last year.
Yeah.
Um, Coming off of a great year.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong, but he was your 5 going into the season. Right now, they have projected as your 2.
Yeah.
So I know Strider is coming back at some point, but if you're the Braves, you might have to look at trading one of these offensive pieces. I don't know who that would be. RC is not making any money. Sean Murphy's making 15 million, but they lost Travis d'Arnaud, so they don't
Is it
really have a
Ozuna?
replacement for him. That is a good point. It's just there's also the baggage with Azuna. Who's
Right.
going to take him? I
That's
mean,
true. That's a good point.
It's tough. I mean, I really don't know who they possibly can trade here. My answer would be Rysel Iglesias, but even their bullpen right now, it looks different than it did a year ago.
Yeah,
It's not as strong. So, um, interesting team here. They might go over again, and they might
yeah,
just eat it. And I think at this point they might have to. Um, their lineup is stacked. The pitching staff is just. I think
yeah,
that's where they can improve. I don't see them making any more offensive improvements.
yeah. Jack Flaherty makes
Um,
a ton of sense. I agree. Like it is his market is weird right now, man. Like there's no qualifying offer attached to him. It's really bizarre that he's not signed yet.
yeah, I agree. I think Jack 30 fits it, but you have to go over with him.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, they have 11 million to spend.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
You
a
get a
Max
reliever, maybe.
Scherzer.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
Scherzer.
I mean, I know he's not going to pitch the whole year, most likely. I mean, he gets injured pretty often at this point in his career, but when he's out there, he's a stud. I just don't know. I mean, I to me, they're going to try to find that new Charlie Morton, if I had to imagine, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to find him for $11
But
million dollars.
yeah, there's definitely question marks for that pitching staff for sure. But Profar, I think he's gonna be a great fit, switch hitter, top that lineup. Yeah, he's gonna fit very well.
Yep. Well, I think it's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. As always, we appreciate you guys for listening and watching. We'll see you on the next one. Later.